Hi guys, I'm Barbara,
I'm Rob.
and this is the first video that we do for our newly created YouTube channel, Finally Sailing. So, most of you, I think, are our family and friends, and so you know who we are. Hello everyone, hola a todos. But we also thought maybe if you landed on this channel and you have no idea who we are, we would just quickly talk a little bit about ourselves. We live in Miami. Actually, we live in
Cutler Bay, Florida.
formerly known as.
Cutler Ridge, baby. Ridge rats.
That, by the way, is our dog Nikki, and she is barking because she's hungry and we haven't fed her yet. So anyway, we met about 13 years ago, and we've been married 10 years. It's gonna be 10 years in November. And ever since we met, we had this dream of retiring in a sailboat. And then just recently we started talking about it and thinking, well, who the hell knows when and if we're gonna be able to retire and how we're gonna be when that happens. So end of last year we started talking about doing this for real.
Like October, we sat down, we had a conversation, and we said, you know what? We've been talking about this for 12 years since we met. Match.com, by the way.
Yes.
Mexico, Miami. So that's a
Right.
story in itself. Be that as it may. And we've been talking about it for 10, 12 years. And in October, we said, you know what? Let's get serious. We called a broker, and it's been a long road. And that's a story I think we'll tell you in a different video if we get there, because it's a long process. But now we're down to, we're finished. We found a boat. It's been surveyed. We're flying to the Virgin Islands tomorrow to take possession of the boat. It's been delivered. We're going to be sailing it back to Miami. I want to add that this video is we're not doing this for YouTube clicks. This is family, friends who are going to be watching this, I presume.
No patron.
No patrons, none of that stuff. We're doing this to chronicle this adventure that we decided to take on, and we made a decision that we were going to do it, and we did, and here we are. And I'm surrounded by gear. We have a flight tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. from MIA. We're flying to the Virgin Islands. Our boat is docked in St. Thomas. We're going to meet up at the boat. We're going to unload all this gear. I might add, everything is at absolute maximum capacity. We're allowed 2 bags each. My wife she's traveled a lot, so I follow her lead. But we're allowed 2 bags, maximum of 50 pounds each. Those are check-ins, and then we can have our carry-on. So they're at 49.5 pounds. Tools, EPIRBs, dry bags, ditch bag, anything that we could fit and we could take with us is all packed around us. We finally made it, and tomorrow we're gonna go get to unload all this stuff and start to make this boat our home for the next couple of weeks. It's July, it's hurricane season in South Florida. It is approximately an 8 to 10 day sail, non-stop, day, night. We're not island hopping, it's not a vacation, it's a delivery. We're going to pick up our boat, bring it back here to the Florida Keys, where we've secured a slip, which was an entire other adventure. It took a lot of time and there's been a lot of logistics to get to this point. Florida Keys is not known for upper keys, at least for sailboats. It's more for boats with a deeper draft like sailboats end up further south, which is where we're at in Marathon. But point is that we're going to be 8 to 10 days in open water sailing. Our first time. I'm a mariner. I've owned a boat. Bought my first John boat when I was 15, and I've owned many boats, all power boats. We owned a couple of sailboats a while back. Very small trailer sailor. I'm not a sailor, I'm a mariner, and now we're gonna have a crash course in sailing because it's gonna take 8 to 10 days to get home. It's gonna be partly vacation. It's all gonna be challenging. Yeah. And it's gonna be a gigantic adventure.
He says I talk too much. I don't know where he gets that from. So we just wanted to give a little introduction, and in a minute we'll just show you our massive amount of packing. You may wonder, well, why are you bringing so much stuff? reality is, one, we're not familiar with St. Thomas, a small island, and we don't know what kind of stuff we will be able to get there or not. And of course, being an island and being a mostly tourist place, we know that it's expensive. We just wanted to try to bring as much as we could with us. We're probably overdoing it, and then so bear with us, because when you see all the other YouTube channels out there, there's people that know a lot about sailing, and if anybody watches this, they'll probably be like, oh my god, these two idiots. Right, we're just starting. Who knows if we're doing this right? We may be taking a lot more than we need, but you know, we prefer to be a little on the safe side and bring as much stuff as we can with us. We don't want to make this too long, so we are going to now show you our back. Oh, by the way, the one thing that I'm very, very proud of, and I will also be doing a YouTube video on this specifically, is Starlink. I did order the Starlink, and I'll show you in a minute. The suitcase that I got for it is massive, but it's game changer, as everybody says, and I'm really stoked and jonesing to test it. And I just changed my plan to the Priority Mobile, so I'm really looking forward to see how that's gonna work. I did look for a lot for videos, because honestly, Starlink is awesome, the technology, but their website is very confusing, and like which plan and which hardware. Not to mention that I got the normal antenna, and now they just came out with the mini one, and anyway, but that's a whole other story. We'll do a video on that. With that, why don't we go ahead and show them our
quick trip through our gear before we close this up, because we're ready to go.
Yes.
We don't have room on the boat, so we needed to have bags that we could roll up and didn't take a bunch of space up on the boat. Unfortunately, they're flimsy. So tomorrow, it's going to be an interesting travel day with all the gear, because they're not rigid. It's at 49.5 pounds, I can tell you that. We have a scale, but we've weighed all of these bags. This is our, well, everything's got to come with us, and it's all more expensive on the island. So this is our EPIRB. The gear is miscellaneous. This is our Starlink. I know it's a bit big, but it also houses our inverters. We have a couple of inverters. The inverters are in here, the Starlink, and some other electrical equipment. No batteries, of course, because it has to go on the plane. If that's the case, that is our communications. All of our communications and power are in that box. This is miscellaneous. There's some clothes, bedding, mostly it's tools.
I got sheets too.
Tons of tools and sheets. As you can see, miscellaneous. This is more tools, spare parts for the motor, maintenance kits, air filters, lights. We have I have some rods and reels, stand-up rods, spinners. I have one collapsible, and of course our backpacks and the other stuff.
There's the dogs, by the way. Just
dogs.
There's Nikki and Carmelo.
And then
I got a duffel bag and my laptop backpack, and that's it.
Yeah, and we'll be heading out tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. We're gonna hit it. Flight leaves at 10. The airport in St. Thomas is actually, because we went there for the survey for the boat, it's actually over the water. So it looks like you're landing on the Atlantic.
I know. It's awesome.
When the plane is landing, you're looking out the window. It's pretty cool. We're going to meet our captain, our mate that we hired, a delivery captain, to bring it back. We'll keep you guys posted. Stay tuned. Nobody's going to watch this family. So, you know, my hair could be messy. I don't really care. Bye.